discussed what are we have seen the construction and working of nickel metal hydride battery. We have separate categories of batteries called as lithium batteries. Lithium batteries are a separate category of batteries where anode is always lithium. Cathode might be graphite or any other metal. So let us see the construction and working of lithium ion battery. So lithium ion battery belongs to a category of lithium batteries. So as discussed, lithium batteries are category of batteries depends where lithium is always anode. Okay, so here we have anode and cathode. So anode is made up of lithium cobalt oxide, cathode is graphite. So lithium cobalt oxide anode and graphite cathode both are layered solids and can accommodate metal and their ions in between their layers. So what happens during oxidation? The lithium cobalt oxide will undergo oxidation to give at anode lithium ions and electrons. At cathode, this graphite will accommodate lithium ions to form graphite lithium. So the lithium ions will be accommodated in the lithium ions will be accommodated in the layer solid of the graphite. The process of metals and their ions entering into the layer solids is called as intercalation process. So during discharge process, lithium ions will enter into the graphite sheets. During charging process, what will happen? Lithium ions will be liberated. Lithium ions will accept the electrons and it will go back to the lithium. From here, it will go back from graphite, it will go back to the anode and get accumulated here. During discharge, lithium undergoes oxidation to give you Li plus and electrons. Electrons will be used here. Li plus will be accommodated in the graphite sheet. During discharge, during recharge, when you're supplying electrons here, lithium plus will accept the electrons and will come back and get accumulated over here. So this process of accumulation of the metal and its respective ions is called as intercalation process. So during discharge, as discussed earlier, battery will act as a galvanic cell, while charging process the battery will act as a electrolytic cell. So the charging process occurs when the battery is connected to the external power supply, right? So let us see the advantages of the lithium ion battery. So lithium ion battery is a high density battery. So high voltage, there is no memory effect, flat discharge voltage, long shelf life. I have already discussed what is shelf life, right? Simple storage and transportation, environmental friendly. Other important thing is cycle life is high. What do you mean by cycle life? Number of times the battery undergoes charge and discharge cycle, it is called as cycle life. So cycle life, I'll just explain one cycle life. So you're going to have 100% battery, you're going to charge and you're going to use it 100%. Okay, when it becomes 0, you're going to charge it. Okay, that is called one cycle life. The cycle life is high, then the battery is also good. Usually we prefer a battery with high cycle life and high shelf life, right? So let us see what are the disadvantages. So it's having a limited service life, it is having high maintenance. So high maintenance in case where it is used in the spacecrafts, as well as when it is used in where it is used in case of EVMs, that is electrical vehicle machines. Okay, so there the maintenance is high. Let us see the applications. So all mobile phones, right? So any mobile, irrespective of the company, so all mobiles you're going to use lithium batteries. Your notepad, maybe your tab, your laptops, your LCD, portable LCD, your DVD, everything you're going to use lithium ion battery. Semiconductor driven audios, your portable electrical vehicles, toys, for instance, any toy you buy, they give you rechargeable batteries. Earlier used to take use and throw batteries, put and use and throw it, right? So cameras, camera, torches, drilling machines, cordless equipments which you use for gardens, right? So the portable radios, televisions. So all these contain what? All these contain in all these we're going to use lithium ion battery. So even in medical also, so the pacemaker, heart pacemakers also are dependent on for battery, it is going to use a lithium ion battery. Why it is widely used? Because of its shape. You can make it in any shape, and its application efficiency. Okay, any shape you can obtain, any size we can obtain. Because of that, it is used in, it is having variety of applications. There is a small video of lithium ion battery. You can just view it. Okay.
Rechargeable and lightweight, lithium batteries have changed our lives on the way we communicate, move, and work. Let's see how they were born and how they work.
From the
These
beginning of the
batteries have
battery, it starts
revolutionized the way of storing energy since the early 90s. The real protagonist is lithium. This metal is the lightest solid element in nature. Pure lithium is unstable, but more common is a positively charged lithium ion, which is formed by the release of an electron. Thanks to the positive charge of this particle, these batteries can be charged over and over without reducing efficiency. To understand how this battery works, first it's important to remember how this great invention was discovered. In the 1970s, as the world was affected by the oil crisis and was looking for alternative sources of energy, Stanley Whittingham was working in the energy field at Exxon and was researching solutions to the problem of energy storage inside rechargeable batteries. The British researcher was immediately struck by the ability of lithium to easily donate electrons, and his studies led him to use metal lithium as the anode of the battery. That is the negative electrode from which electrons move. Instead of the cathode, Whittingham used a metal made of titanium disulfide, a compound
This
that
is the
can
first
store
lithium ion
lithium
battery.
ions inside. Whittingham's battery worked like this. The lithium ions and electrons moved from the anode to the cathode with titanium disulfide. Then they were brought back when the battery was charged. The only problem with this battery was the lithium metal used in the anode, which caused explosions. Even if some changes were made, Whittingham's work was discontinued due to the oil price fall. During the 80s, the American chemist John Goodenough realized that by changing the cathode's constitution, it would be possible to increase the power of the batteries by replacing the titanium disulfide with cobalt oxide, and he discovered they generated 4 volts, twice the power of Whittingham's batteries. The need for lighter and more powerful batteries gave necessary impulse to research. Akira Yoshino was considered the third protagonist of the evolution of the lithium battery. He thought he could use petroleum coke or the constitution of the anode material to house the lithium ions, in a similar way to what had been done by cobalt oxide in the cathode. The result was a stable, lightweight, and safe product, ready to become a commercial product. In fact, these advances allowed Sony and Asahi Kasei to start selling these batteries in 1991. As we have previously described, the main feature of a lithium-ion battery is the composition of its anode and cathode. There are many types of lithium-ion batteries, each with different characteristics and applications. For example, cobalt oxide lithium batteries are specific for smartphones and laptops. They are formed by a cobalt oxide cathode and a graphite anode. In the automotive sector, on the other hand, the batteries of electric vehicles have a particular chemical composition: lithium, nickel, manganese, and cobalt. With this composition, the battery charge is optimized and maximum energy is provided. Furthermore, thanks to the nickel, the battery obtains a high specific energy, while the manganese microcrystals form a three-dimensional structure that favors the flow of electrons, reducing the electrical resistance and allowing a control of the current. This is because Electrons pass through microscopic channels. This structure, in fact, looks like a grid of crystals. This type of battery can have different cathode combinations. 111, wherein a part of nickel, a part of manganese,
and part of
and a
cobalt.
part of cobalt are present. Or 532. Because
parts
of the
of
high
nickel,
cost
5
of
parts of
cobalt, battery
parts of
manufacturers are
manganese.
trying to replace it in favor of nickel.
I think you just better understand.
If you found this video useful, please let us know.